it goes back to the same thing. It keeps players in check and keeps players from taking liberties. I mean, it's a great deterrent, he said, to keep players from doing something without any consequences. They're sending someone on a kamikaze mission to take themselves out, but taking down their star player with them.
Yeah, it would be like if you got suspended for fighting. Say you throw out a guy like let's say Tyler Pyatt of the New York Rangers. You just send him to go on the ice and cause trouble while their top line is out there. In order for the other team to respond, one of their top players would have to fight Pyatt.
Right.
And that trade-off, any Ranger fan would accept that trade-off any day. That's why you can't have automatic suspensions or automatic misconducts for fighting.
Right. I agree. And I just found this extra thing. In addition, right after the fighting statement, the guys at Puck Daddy asked him, but I've also seen you say that great players, i.e. Sidney Crosby, for example, need to take care not to chirp or bring stuff upon themselves. And then Orr replied, I want to see Sid play. I don't want to see him hurt, so Sid has to help. He's not afraid, but I don't want him fighting. I want to see him play. And I think it speaks for at least my angle, is that he shouldn't be, pushing people's gloves away or running into Tuukka Rask, trying to be a tough guy.
Or complaining to the refs.
Yeah, exactly. He just needs to stop that.
He needs to realize he's the face of the game and he has to act like a grown-up.
I'm not saying he should totally not shy away from he should totally shy away from the physical game. That's what I kind of have against him a lot too, is that he can't really play that way. But that's when it gets me mad, when he does this, extracurricular stuff and really does,
It's the extracurricular stuff that he participates in is like childish.
Well, it's childish, exactly. It's immature, but it's like
he won't go and fight you legitimately.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll go and annoy you,
or he'll try and fight you with his gloves on, or run into the goaltender, the guy who is not supposed to fight at all.
Yeah, or he'll retreat to his bench and hopefully one of his guys like Aaron Asham or Craig Adams will
right, because when he's stirring the pot of getting stuff, so he's got to find an even keel. And then I think Bobby Orr hit it on the nail there. I think he's got a little more weight than I do to tell Sidney Crosby what for, but
Sidney Crosby already has a target on his back for being really, really skilled.
Yes, exactly.
He doesn't need to add on to that.
And he does.
By doing all this
this stuff. I don't even know what the right word is.
Ticky-tacky.
Ticky-tacky. It's just, it might be the right word, but you understand where I'm coming from, Jeff.
Yes.
So, and I think you summed it up really well there. So, that's Bobby Orr. Might be a book that I might be looking at for Christmas. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I want to see some reviews on it and see what he covers more so. But obviously, a book by Bobby Orr on modern hockey would be really interesting to read, no matter what.
Yeah, Bobby Orr being the best defenseman of all time.
Right, exactly.
Arguably the best defenseman. A lot of people would now throw in Lidstrom into that conversation.
I'd still put Bobby Orr up there.
Yeah, and Lidstrom never dominated the game like Orr.
That's what I think. Well, let's have this conversation. But for the sake of bringing it up, we got a little bit of time left here. I know it's a different game, and it's always going to be the toughest things out comparing guys from different eras. But Lidstrom won so many Norris trophies. Yes, I know, but he did have a good team. I think Bobby Orr was
the team.
He was the team, and the way Lidstrom, you could notice him. Bobby Orr dominated the game. He carried the puck. He did every single thing, and he led the league in scoring several times. Bobby Orr, didn't he?
Yeah,
exactly. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Also, when you think Boston Bruins, Bobby Orr automatically comes to mind. When you think Red Wings,
there's a lot of guys.
You have so many guys. You have Gordie Howe, Steve Yzerman, Fedorov,
Shanahan,
Vernon, Osgood, Hasek.
Yeah, there's lots of guys that come up there. Now, Boston, respectively, also has a lot of guys come up, too. 2 original 6 franchises. But Bobby Orr
won them their cup.
He won their cup, exactly. That's a very good point again. Lidstrom won his fair share of cups, too. Don't get me wrong, he's a very good player. But that's, I think, the way Bobby Orr just kind of all facets of the game. Every facet of the game. Just the skating, the passing, the playmaking, the shooting. I mean,
He revolutionized the role of the offensive defenseman.
Mm-hmm, exactly, and kind of maybe opened the door for guys like Ryan Leach and Lidstrom, and
And nowadays, Subban, Letang.
Exactly,
it's important to get points from your blue line.
Yeah, it's you need it. You need it to be successful. So, again, I might just be being nostalgic about talking about the old guys being better, but I really do think Bobby Orr was the more dominant player, the more important player to his team, necessarily.
Yeah, although I'm not sure how much I can say on the topic since I've never witnessed Bobby Orr playing.
Well, you've seen enough videos, right?
Yeah, all those NHL greatest goals videos.
Yep, exactly. So what else do we got in the NHL world today? Because we got about 15 minutes left or so.
Well, an update from the Anaheim-Columbus game. It's tied at 3-3 now, with 11 minutes left in the third. And Winnipeg, Colorado just got underway.
Okay. Quick note, Jacob Silfverberg of the Ducks is out with a broken hand. The Blues lose Payarvi and Stewart, which won't be good.
They just got Payarvi.
You guys got him back? Yeah, he was in the game I went to over fall break.
Yeah, that was his first game of the year.
His first game back, okay. All right, so yeah, he looked all right. They're
trying to teach him to be more defensive.
Yeah, he's a little, because the problem is for Payarvi, he's just not... He's not outrageously skilled. He's skilled, but he's not like a Crosby guy where he can be just running around freelancing like that, or like Ovechkin. He needs to be a little more responsible.
They're trying to add that edge, that defensive game to him, like all the Blues.
Like all the Blues, exactly. We were talking about that last time.
And that's why he was out, just so he could learn how to be that kind of player.
Oh, he was scratched?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. Like I said, needed him for the Blackhawks game, but that's interesting. So... what else we got here?
Cam Talbot subbed in for the somewhat injured Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with Henrik. He's supposedly starting Monday, but he's been tweeting a lot about what his...
He's been tweeting around his injury.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Not what it is. It was originally thought that he had the flu, and he missed Wednesday night's game against... who is it? Philadelphia.
Yes.
He missed Wednesday's game against Philadelphia. And then when it was said that on Thursday after the game that he would not be playing or doubtful for Saturday night's game against Detroit, people thought it might be an injury might be more prevalent. And Lundqvist did acknowledge that he was hurt in the LA Kings game back in the second game of the season for the New York Rangers, which may suggest that why he's been not playing. The Rangers overall have not been playing too well, since the Rangers completely revolve around Henrik Lundqvist. But we don't know what it is, and I really hope... I would like him to start as soon as possible, but I want him to be fully healthy, because I don't want to keep risking it to be worse or anything. So, again, they have not even speculated if it's upper body or lower body, if it's anything, or if it's just a cold. Or just, that's the problem with hockey these days. They don't tell you a single thing.
And Tortorella's not even coaching, so... you would think more information would be coming out. No, there's the Rangers' star player. You gotta protect them.
And it's just uncharacteristic of Henrik to be
hurt.
Well, hurt, but also tweeting so much about this subject that has not been really clarified either.
Yeah, his tweeting you would think would clarify, but it has not.
But that's the thing about Henrik Lundqvist, though. He's a classy guy. He's not going to subject his team to anything bad, and all of them have been very positive too, which is important to see.
Yeah.
So I think he's done it well, and it's just uncharacteristic. That's why I just thought it was interesting, because I've seen so many tweets come out from him about this. I'm like, don't
just tweet about it. Try and get healthy.
Yeah, exactly. So should be starting Monday night, which would be good for Ranger fans. At least see him between the pipes for opening night.
Get to see the bridges. Or you get to see just the bridges if you're at the game.
That's the thing. I've been following some of the blogs, and they've been already trying to get tickets, and they have tickets in the bridge area. So we might have to look into that.
Yeah,
because I'm really interested to see what it's like.
Well, at least get to see it for a Big East tournament this year.
Yeah, right. I hope there's actually a Ranger game this year. I've been missing out too much. Martin Hansel is going to have a hearing on Monday for a hit that he hit when he hit Jeff Petrie on Saturday night at the Jobbing.com Arena in Phoenix. At 13:42, the first period, Hansel checked Petrie against the boards in the Edmonton end. After Petrie had moved the puck, Hansel received a 2-minute minor for charging on the play. Petrie was shaken up on the play but remained in the game. The following grounds are being considered for supplemental discipline: charging. However, the Department of Player Safety retains the right to make adjustments to the infraction upon review. Phoenix won the game 5-4. So I didn't even see this hit. I didn't hear about it. This is the first time I'm hearing about this hit. This happened last night, I guess.
Yeah.
So another one, put that on for it's a hearing. We don't know if there's going to be any suspension.
Was he offered the hearing, or did just that's some of the terminology that's been thrown around lately? It's players have been offered in-person hearings. It's like I guess it just sounds funny.
I think it's interesting, but I guess the way I look at it from when you say that is that they are to have a chance to explain their side of the story.
Yeah,
in the hearing. But again, how hard is that to do? Like, he's got to go all the way to Phoenix, to New York, talk to Shanahan for about 2 to 3 hours, then fly all the way back and get ready for the game if he's playing out in Phoenix again.
All at the owner's expense.
That's funny. Actually, that's funny at the owner's expense too. That might force guys to stop hiring guys. Again, what is the cost of a plane ticket for something like that? It's probably minimal compared to what they make, because if they own a hockey team, they make a lot of money. But
yeah,
if it happens enough, it might contribute.
They reimburse players on stuff like that.
They do. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. 'Cause I did that with the Islanders. But yeah, maybe. That's interesting.
They'll be wanting more money at the next lockout.
Do you think the NHL, they want to make more money? Maybe they charge players for having hearings? But then you totally skew the sanctity of or not the sanctity, but like you think then, oh, they're having a hearing with him because they want to make money. It's just, but it's better than having a lockout if you ask me.
Yeah, but would you charge differently per hearing, or would you charge per hour of hearing?
Oh my god! I think that's. I'm already looking at it now, and I think it's a bad thing. I just don't want any more lockouts. That's what I don't want.
It'd just be another stupid idea to a stupid system, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, again, I don't know how else you do it, though, man. I don't know how else you would.
They're handling the best they can in the situation they have. I think they're doing the best the best job they possibly can right now.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
At least we're not baseball at this point.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier in the show, the interference play, the base runner interference, and what I heard today was the home plate umpire that made the call was Jim Joyce, the same guy who took the perfect game away from
Armando Galarraga.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's just because it's the World Series and it's a big stage, and that's why. If you remember back in the 2012 postseason, there were a lot of suspensions. A lot of people were like, "Well, do you change your standards for the playoffs because it's a lot different?" Like it's a whole nother variable you throw into throwing in suspensions. Remember Rafi Torres hitting Marian Hossa? Like how much did him getting put off on a stretcher? Do you remember that same exact series when Andrew Shaw ran into Mike Smith, who was behind the net, and Mike Smith threw his glove and blocker up in the air? Like. Where does embellishing come into this play? Because that's why I think the injury has become part of a thing now. If he doesn't, if he comes out of the game or not, because
and the embellishing also led to the Mike Smith goal. Like he came out of his net to play the puck, kind of fell on his knees a bit, sort of. They had to back away from him, and then Mike Smith had like an open look at the net. So.
Well, when was this?
When Mike Smith scored his goal.
Oh, I'm talking about Andrew Shaw.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's a history of embellishing.
Embellishing. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But,
it's right.
The embellishing has to, I think, come into some sort of effect. Maybe fines.
Yeah, it's even basketball.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it's just I hate to have it counted at because I think they got that in soccer, by the way, but that's even worse than basketball in my opinion. But. That might not be a bad idea. I think they gotta, first of all, call embellishing a little more often. The problem is, when an embellishing call comes up, it's like, wow, why did you call that? Like,
when an embellishing call, I just think
because
of Winter Classic.
Yeah.
just to make sure both teams went off.
Which Winter Classic?
Rangers Flyers.
Oh, right. That's right. When Callahan got